I changed where I moved my laptop. I love it. I love making changes. Okay, here we go. We're gonna follow the white rabbit. I don't even know if I'm going to possibly like wear this every time I do a video. That'd be weird. That would be weird. But we're just gonna go with it today. Maybe next time I will bring the bunny in because we just got a new bunny. Her name is Cinnabon, and her human mama passed away, and so we adopted her because I'm a sucker like that. But she's adorable. She's a lion's mane rabbit, and so maybe I'll bring her in every time I do my intro. I don't know. We'll just kind of go with it. We'll see how it goes. Just play with it. We're going to toy around and have some fun. Okay. So, first and foremost, this is... Okay. This is knowing... Okay, this is like the 4 stages of consciousness. Okay? Now, this is such a big deal. I cannot even express to you how big of a deal it is, and I'm gonna just kind of like bring it in, 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 bring it in. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so why I say that feels like high up there, and I'm gonna have to like sit higher. Ugh, I swear. Okay. So, let's start off down here, okay? Now, this is so important to the healing journey. I cannot even express to you how important this is, because this is how we flow. Like, and you're not going to stay in one state. You won't ever stay in, well, I mean, okay, I lie. You can stay in this state for a very long time. It's up to you whether you want to get out of this state. This is the bottom. This is the very bottom. And you will stay at the bottom if you choose to. It is a choice to get out, and it is a choice to stay. Just saying. Just saying. You have the choice. I'm not going to drag you out of it, and nobody's going to come and save you out of it. It is on you. It is a consistent change in the way that you think to get out of it. Okay? So, right now, this one is the... Sorry, I'm trying to get it to come up. Okay. Because I gotta, like, go in there and read some stuff off of it for you guys. Okay. This is the lowest state, and this is to me. Now, this is that state of mind that everything is happening to me. Why is everything happening to me? Realize when people are in this victim mindset, like, I still have these moments. I still get them every now and then. I can still get stuck in those. I can still have, like, I can't believe this person is doing this to me. But I have to also take accountability, which is the responsibility part right here. I have to take accountability and say, hey, I am letting this person treat me this way. I am putting up with it. Have I stated how I feel? Have I decided to just walk away from the person and just not take it anymore? It's my choice. It is my choice to stay in that state. Nobody's making you. Nobody's making you. Nobody's holding a gun to your head and making you stay there. For some crazy reason, you are staying there, and you can say, oh, well, you know, my job sucks and my boss is awful. Go get another job. But I have kids and I gotta pay bills. Well, keep looking for another job while you have that job. There are answers to your problems, But if you are not actively trying to fix them and you're just bitching and moaning, if you're complaining and blaming, that's all you're doing, then you're going to stay there. And eventually, people are going to walk away because they get tired of listening. People get tired of hearing the same sob story over and over and over and over and over and over again. I had things happen to me as a child. Yes. I had no control over it. I do now. I make choices as to what I do with what was done. I can choose to stay where I'm at, or I can move up another level. Okay? So the to me is where there's a victim. Many of you play the victim and you want someone to be the hero, and then there's a villain. There's someone that is doing something wrong, whether it's your boss, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your boyfriend or girlfriend, doesn't matter, whether it's the government. Let's get real, guys. Let's get real. So many people are right here playing the victim with the government and saying, well, we need someone to come step in. We need someone to come and save us. We need someone to save us because we are poor, defenseless people. No, you're not. Do something about it. I'm not saying to get out and go get a gun and do something stupid. No. I'm saying change yourself. All this stuff that I am teaching you, all of this stuff that I am going to teach you, all of this stuff that I am sharing with you will help you to get out of this and take back your life. To take back control of your life and to get out of this kind of thinking. To really become the creator of your own reality. No matter what it is that you want to create. It doesn't matter. I don't care. If you want to be a beauty pageant queen, go for it. Create. But you cannot be in the, oh, well, that person did that to me. Oh, it's that person's fault for why this went wrong. When you start owning things, when you start taking accountability, changes everything. Changes everything. That's whenever you start take back power. You start taking back your power. It means that you are a very powerful person. You have so much power and we give it away. We give it away. Nobody took it from us. We're giving it to these people. We're saying, hey, you know what? I can't defend myself, so I'm going to give power to you to be my hero. And then that person, well, depending on that person, they can sit there and act like a certain way because you gave them that power. You told them that you are defenseless without them. Many relationships are based off of that dynamic alone. Where I'm a poor defenseless person. I can't survive this world without someone else helping me pay the bills. I can't take care of my kids without another person. I can't do this alone. Relationships. That whole being somebody, you want somebody to be your hero. You have this mindset where you were trained. This is something that went through my family. It was a generational curse that I needed to be married to someone to survive. I needed a man to take care of me and provide because I can't do it on my own. Excuse me, where am I right now? What am I doing right now? I pay my own bills. I have my own apartment. I take care of my kids all by myself. They help out because they're teenagers. They're not little kids anymore. So they're stepping it up. My oldest daughter, she covers some of her stuff. She's becoming more responsible for her own things, like her insurance and all that stuff, because she's going off to college at the end of this year. She's going to be off on her own, so she needs to know how to function on her own. Excuse me. Do I need another person to come and save me? No. No, I don't. So, I can sometimes get stuck in the villain aspect when it comes to like work environments, and sometimes, toxic bosses, ones that get stuck in their toxic masculinity where they like to belittle people or, mess with people. This was something that I experienced a lot of at my last job. Very, very toxic work environment. So, why I bring that up is because of the fact that I chose to stay. I could have walked out at any point in time. Yes, I have bills. Yes, I have kids. Yes, I need insurance to take care of said kids. I chose to stay. So, that's on me. But I eventually took back my power and took responsibility for staying there and not being happy, and I straight up left and found a different job. Yes, you can find another job. Yes, you can take the time to get another job. While I was working there, I looked around. But let me also help you understand. When you are someone that has been through immense trauma, you are going to constantly repeat the pattern if you don't break it. What I mean by that, you're going to get into the same exact relationships. You're going to go find jobs at the exact same places, and the pattern is going to continuously repeat until you break it. We constantly go towards what we feel is familiar. So you are going to constantly be in jobs that play a role similar to what you were raised with your own family. You are going to be with coworkers that are very similar to what you grew up with your family and elementary school and all of that. You are going to constantly play out the same scenario over and over and over until you break the pattern. The only way to break the pattern is to heal. Find the triggers, find out, heal the chakras, release the trauma, all of that fun stuff. I know, fun stuff. I keep saying fun stuff when I find it fun now because I find it a game. Again, it was not a game when you're in the dirt, in the mud with it. Just saying. But you can make it a game. Just like that ice skater. I can't remember her name right off the top of my head, and I'm not going to go searching it up and wasting your time. But she turned it into a game and made it fun. This can be the same way. Your healing can be a game. Make it a game. Make it fun. How do you think I've made it through? I turned it into a game. I've turned it into something fun, and I have a way that I will share eventually, not right now, because we're getting the basics first, before I start teaching the concept, what I used to be able to heal. Okay? So, now we're moving from to me. So when you want to stop being a victim, when you want to stop saying, hey, you know what, why me? Whose fault is this? Like, I can't believe that person did that. You know, work environments, there's a lot of them like that, right? Like, oh, it's that department's fault. Oh my Lord, from Cabela's, that was like, oh, well, you know what? That's because they did this. Knights did this. That's why we have so much issues here. It's like every single days did that. Weekends did that. Shipping did that. Packing did that. I mean, like, everybody was pointing a finger. And it was so funny because, like, everybody's pointing a finger at everybody else, which it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. It was so dumb. I like just watching it. I was just like, this is getting us nowhere. Nowhere. Their belief in this, the belief is that there's a problem, someone is at fault, and someone should fix this. Someone, not me. Not my problem, not my fault, not for me. That's their mentality, is not my problem. Which I get. Because if you are that person that is fixing all the problems, they're going to give you more work to do. And then you are stuck. You are stuck. So sometimes you kind of got to have that mentality a little bit when it comes to toxic work environments. This is just stuff I'll teach later on when I start talking about, like, further down the line of how to navigate through toxic work environments. On your way out, how to gradually work your way up and out. You know, we'll get there. So much to go on. Okay. Now, the benefits is that drama is your entertainment. Let's be real. It definitely is. Supports empathy towards others, meaning like everybody, oh, you poor thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. That man was awful. Oh, yeah, men suck so bad. Oh, women, I swear they're crazy. Like, oh yeah. That empathy towards others, like, because, yeah, you know. So toxic. You get an adrenaline high as well from these environments. But all around, when you're finally ready to get out of this, we move over to the By Me. By Me is, I make life happen. You have a coach, creator, and challenger. Okay. Now, coach and challenger can also be like the same one in a way. Can be the same person. Can even be you. You can be all three in a way. Coach could also be, you know, someone that is your mentor or a therapist or me. Just saying. But so with that one, you have somebody that you are the creator. You are the one creating your reality. You are the one that is in charge of what's happening. You are either letting people do things to you, or you are the one doing things to other people, depending on the situation, whatever it may be. So, you are the one making your reality. You are the one that you have curiosity. You're like, well, if I do this, what happens here? Just like I was talking about earlier, I don't know how this is going to go. All of this that I am creating right now, this creator that I am. I have no idea. But I am going to find out. I'm going to mess around and find out. I'm going to toy with things. I'm going to tweak things. I don't know, maybe I'll add other decorations. Who knows? That's the beauty of it. You get to play with it. You get to have fun with it. And you have appreciation. That's the biggest thing. Like, I cannot explain to you how much blessings will come into your life when you start appreciating every single little tiny thing. Like, this is where gratitude journals come in. The gratitude journals, best thing ever. But I take it a step further. See, whenever I start feeling like I'm going into blaming and complaining, I like to start saying what I'm grateful for. Doesn't matter what it is. I taught this to my son about how you can be grateful for anything. You can be grateful for light switches. Have you ever been to jail? I've been to jail. It's not pretty. you don't get a pillowcase. I'm grateful for pillows. I have 6 of them on my bed right now. I am grateful for pillows. I have a roof over my head. I am grateful for that. I'm grateful for the bills that I get to pay. Instead of being like, oh, I hate how many bills I have. I am grateful that I have bills, because that tells me that I am financially responsible. I have leveled up in my life to where I am not living at home with my parents. I am not leeching off of someone else. I am not financially dependent on another person to take care of me. I've been there with my ex-husband, where I could not even function without his other paycheck. I am grateful for bills because I get to pay them. I pay them. I pay my own bills. I am grateful for the plants that I have, because I had nothing. I had no plants for a very long time. Now I've got, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 12 plants that I'm growing. Before, I had the bamboo. That's it. I am grateful for the fact that I can breathe. I can breathe on my own. I am not hooked up to tubes. You can find a million things. I am grateful that I have a job, because there are some people that don't have a job. I am grateful for the fact that I have water that I can get to easily. Easily. Anything. You can be grateful for anything. When you start thinking that way, it retrains your brain. Instead of you looking at all the things that are going wrong, all the crappy things in your life, you switch gears to, hey, I got a lot of stuff. You go from scarcity to abundance. Scarcity to abundance. Oh, there's no jobs. Nobody's hiring. Holy crap, there are so many jobs there are so many job sites. There are so many apps that I can use to try and apply for jobs. There are so many buildings that have businesses that I can go and apply in physically. There are so many jobs. There's an abundance amount of jobs, and there are people that are getting fired, people that are quitting, people that are moving. There's an abundance of jobs out there. Once you switch that gear, things look differently from here. Okay. In this by me, problems are here for me to learn from. I create the problem so I can solve it. Now, I see problems, like, this is how I look at problems. I see problems as a puzzle to solve. I love puzzles. I am that person that I really do. I love solving riddles. I love solving problems because I like the challenge. I like to be challenged. I was that kid in math class that would do, I don't remember what they're called, but I would do the problem solving ones. Not the math problems, those ones, the word ones. They got me a lot. But it's a certain kind of math problems where you have to mark the boxes and separate them. I can't remember the name for it, but I used to love doing those for fun because it was fun for me. I see problems in my life as a chance for me to learn from and figure out how to solve it. Yeah, it sucks in the moment because I'm like, crap, this is going wrong. I don't like when things go wrong, but it's going to happen regardless. How do I fix it? Let's come up with solutions. Because if you are a person that all you do is point at the problem and you sit there and say, well, this is a problem and this sucks, and are you fixing it? Are you changing it? You're doing nothing. So you are useless. Solve the problem. Be a problem solver. I used to tell my students that all the time. Don't complain about the problem. Be a problem solver. come up to a problem and attack it. Try and figure it out. If one attempt doesn't work, try another one. Something's bound to happen. Just don't give up on it. Do you know how many times I have fallen on my butt and gotten back up because I was like, I ain't dying here on this hill. Let's go. Maybe that one didn't work. Well, let's try another way. Let's do something different. Okay. Key questions for this area is with By Me, what can I learn? What do I want to create? This is really important to get to the next step because of the fact that nothing is going to stick if you aren't meant to create it. Now, there were things in my life that I created that I was meant to learn from and I was meant to be a part of, but it wasn't where I was meant to stay. Okay? So, they were just for a moment. You really have to get honest with yourself and say, okay, what do I want to do? Am I doing this just to pay the bills? Like my job right now, I'm not going to stay there forever. That's not my forever place. It's right now while I'm building this, while I'm creating this. What do I want to create? I want to create the program that I used myself to heal, and I want to teach it to others. I want to teach others how to heal themselves. Don't rely on somebody else to do the work, because then you're giving away your power. We all have that ability to heal. Every single one of us has those gifts. Everybody has spiritual gifts. But you have to dig through the garbage to find that little pearl or find that little diamond. You have to weed out all of the guck and all of the crap that's not needed to get to that little seed, that little flower that's going to bloom. And we all have these gifts. You just gotta work to tap into them. And some people, they don't even know that they have them because they're normal. For me, I didn't know I had these gifts. It was just normal for me, and once I started learning what they were, I was like, oh, well, heck, I had no idea that was a gift. Okay. That's what I want to create. I want everybody to be able to help one another heal and share their story. Not going out and trying to save people, because that's not part of the thing. We are not heroes. Everybody can heal themselves. Everybody can save themselves. Not everybody can be saved. The benefits of this is personal empowerment, taking back your power, and you get to define your wants and desires. That's a big thing. When you grew up where you didn't have any wants and you didn't have any desires, that you were told what you had to be and who you had to be and what you had to do, this is finding yourself. In this whole thing right here, this is finding yourself. This is learning to be who you are meant to be. This is unlearning everything and becoming who you are meant to be. Now, this is where once you start to trust yourself, once you start to learn how to create and what to do to create and how you can be a creator, because realize that you're going to fall back and forth between these a lot, especially whenever you get a new trigger that sets you back to victim, and you got to deal with all those emotions. You've got to deal with it, all of it. You got to try and let go of it. You got to try and heal it. I can't believe that person, and you're gonna have to do it. And once you can get out of that trigger and you're back into creator mode, then you get to a certain level. You get to a certain point where you become the co-creator. I cooperate with life happening. I cooperate with life happening. Once you realize that you are the master manifester, that you are the one that is even creating these, you're manifesting these triggers to come in on a subconscious level to be able to heal them, to be able to get higher. Once you realize that you are the one in control of all of it, you learn to let go. You learn to be like, surrender. I surrender. White flag, I give up. I give up. I'm done trying to control it all. You're letting go of power. Not meaning that you don't have your power anymore. You're letting go of trying to control everything. You're letting go of trying to micromanage and balance it all out and be like, you eventually learn that, crap, if I'm in control of this and I'm bringing those in and those are coming through me and I'm doing this, well, crap. You tend to kind of just say, if I'm able to make it through all of that crap, if I manifested to live in that condo. I put it out there. This is where this is where you start to learn how powerful you truly are. Truly are. I manifested that I wanted to heal. When I started that journey, when I overdosed and died and came back, I manifested that I wanted to heal and I wanted to get my kids back and that I was going to be sober. I wanted to figure out what was wrong with me. Why there was something that I kept doing things that I had no control over. I was not in control of myself. I was doing things and I couldn't stop. I manifested going to treatment. I manifested being in treatment for as long as I was. I manifested that I would find out more about what happened to me because I knew that I needed to get to the bottom of it. I knew that I needed to have all the answers. So I manifested moving into that condo and having that mental breakdown, because realize mental breakdowns are honestly mental breakthroughs. You have to break. Mental breakdowns are just like towers. In the tarot deck, towers are when everything falls apart. You have to have everything fall apart to rebuild from. Same with alchemy. Whenever you have to deconstruct to reconstruct, you have to take out all the things that are no longer needed to create what is needed. And guess what? That's going to happen multiple times over. You're going to create something that's needed, and then that's not going to be needed anymore. So you're going to have to deconstruct and reconstruct again. And it's going to be a continuous process. It's going to be a transformation over and over and over and over again. But it becomes less painful every time. It becomes more fluid over time. You get to the point where you start allowing things to happen because you know there's a lesson in there and you know there's a trigger in there that you got to figure out. So you just kind of allow it to go, to let it be, because you know you're strong enough to make it through. I manifested all of this stuff so that I could get to this point right here, to where I am now teaching what I learned and what I know to you. Once you get to this point, you have more faith and trust in yourself, your spiritual crew, and God the Creator, Mother Gaia, like all of these pieces that play a part in this continuous journey. I'm not saying in other people, because people have to earn your trust. Same with spirits too. Just saying. Test the spirit is not just a saying. You are testing other people's spirits, like human spirit. Not human spirit, but like humans that have their spirit within them. Or we're not going to get into semantics, okay? But also testing spirits, like the unseen. Well, some people can see them. I can see them, but the ones that are guiding you along the way. You have to test them too. You have to see if they're actually honest with you, if they lead you astray, or if they actually are taking you along the path, your guided path. You gotta test them. Just saying. That I'll show you how, again, later on. But here we are right now, in the surrender, in the wonder and the awe. When you get to that point, holy crap, when you can see that bigger picture, like with me, when I finally realized that I have been doing this all along. It's been me. I have been the one doing it. I'm like, holy crap. I didn't know I could do that. Then you start to see, like you start to really be in amazement of how statistically, synchronistically, everything aligns. And it is pure magic. Pure audacity, like crazy, just mind blown. Because you're just like Goonies style. Kind of like how it's set up. If you watch the Goonies is absolutely one of the best representations of how divinely guided everything was. How everything is set up in a specific way that if they were not there at that specific time, the next thing didn't happen. That is divine timing. That is the truest form of divine timing. And you start to really have faith in your guides, the universe, everything. Because it's all coming through you. Then you start to realize that we get onto this next level as me. Life is me. I am life. I am one with the universe. We are all one with the universe. We are all connected. Every single one of us. Even the ones you don't even want to be connected to, we are all connected. And you will learn that when you get out there and you start talking to people and you start realizing that your story is not the exact same. Your story is the same as somebody else's story. When you start talking to people and you start realizing how much we have in common. Even with the people that have hurt us. Even the people like my father. I understand why he did what he did. I get it. Because it was done to him. Because he experienced a horrific childhood. I don't know all of the details, but I understand it. Does it make it okay what he did? Does it make it better? No. But I get it. I understand. I get what happened. We're all so much more alike than we care to admit, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. This is where you are at peace. So with the through me, I am the source of all meaning I experience. Things are perfect, whole and complete. Life handles all apparent problems. Meaning, like, yeah, something's going wrong, but nothing lasts forever. Like, yeah, it sucks in the moment, but what are you gonna do? This is when you start to realize that you don't have to control everything. Have you done everything that you can do in the situation? Yes. If so, then you're good. It'll eventually be over and done with. It's not going to last forever. This is when you have non-attachment, when you are able to break away from feeling like you have to control it, from feeling like you have to have it, when you're just like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm okay either way. It'll be if it's meant to be. You know, kind of thing. This is where you get unlimited possibility. Unlimited, like, there's plenty of everything. There's abundance all around. Like, me coming in here and teaching you this stuff. Yeah, there are so many other people that have taught this. So many other people that have put this out there. I'm still going to do it anyways. Who cares? There are a million singers out there. A million singers out there. I can still be one. Doesn't mean that me wanting to do that is going to take away from somebody else. Okay. Me being a coach and a healer for others. There's a million of them out there. There's so many people out there doing that. Photography. If somebody were to go out and do photography, well, you can't step on that person's dream because there's not enough. There's too many photographers. That's not it. That's not real. That doesn't happen. I'm sorry. There are so many out there. Who cares? Do you, boo. Go out and have fun. Enjoy what you're doing. Okay? When you have that, then, like I said, peace, spaciousness, you just kind of are good. When you get to this peace and spaciousness, when you experience that, you will not let anybody disrupt that. You will not come back down to here. Sometimes you will fall down here. Sometimes you will cycle back through. Okay? Sometimes you'll fall back here. Like, you are not set in one place. I'm sorry to say. You gotta play the game. You gotta go through it because that's the only way that we learn. But you want to stay there as much as possible. So you're gonna do everything in your power to not end up in these places again. So there is just oneness. There are no problems and no one to solve them. Okay. You get to that place of where, like, yeah, the roof is leaking. Okay. So we'll take care of it. It'll get done. Okay. There are no more questions. Just knowingness. Like, you just know. Like, you're not really worried about asking questions. You're just like, because, you know, like, this is the point where you're, like, throwing out questions to the universe and you manifest an answer and it comes in. You're like, hey, who would be a good person to contact about this situation? Throw it out there. Universe sends it back. This, you're just like, you know what? I'm going to go look in here and pull up this person. You just go with it. Unlimited freedom and peace. That's where we want to get to. That's where we want to get. Realize that this is possible. It really is. Like, I sit there, not every single day, not all the time, because I'm still working through my own stuff. But I like this place. This is a good place to be at because it's just so, it's a high, when you hear people say high vibrational, that's high vibrational. This is high vibrational. Because you're just chill. You have you have an aura about you where you're just calm, and when people test you, when you have people trying to be a villain in your life, they don't, because you just stop it right there. You end it right there. Like, you don't even have to say anything. You just look at them like, try me, please. Just a look, and they won't. People will have, at this point, a respect for you to where they just won't mess with you. Some people will. Some people are just stupid. Let's be real. And those people will learn the hard way not to mess with you. But, like I said, the states of consciousness are so important as well for when you're working through trauma and whenever you're trying to get out of the trauma loop, when you're trying to get out of the victim mindset, when you want to get out of lack mindset, when you want to reach abundance, whenever you want to be able to bring in everything that you want in your life. If you are trying to be successful, if you want love and, if you want generational wealth, if you want all of these things, you can't be in this mindset. You can't be in this state of being. You have to work your way up. It's the only way. You have to be high vibe. Okay? So, I know this took a long one. We're coming on like 47 minutes, but it was a good one. I like this one because this one's fun for me. I love all of this stuff. It's just fun to talk about because, well, I'm just that person. So, I love you. Good luck. You've got this. Keep going. Keep fighting. You're going to make it. I have faith in you. If you want to reach out, if you want help with this, if you have questions, leave a comment below or you can email me, whatever you choose. I'll have the email link below. And, if you want me to be your coach, if you want me to help guide you through this, that's great. I'm here for you. If not, I'm not offended. I don't care either way. I just want to see you be successful. I want everyone to be successful. So, best of luck. I love you. Keep going.